It's the ultimate nightmare of any news organization. Men armed with guns and a frightening version of Islam showed up and killed 12 people, including several of France's most popular political cartoonists. More were killed after a massive manhunt and a hostage crisis, leaving French citizens traumatized, angry, and confused. Charlie Hebdo was a leftist magazine that lampooned everyone. But some took offense and were prepared to kill over it. And unfortunately, many groups and individuals seized the opportunity to gain from this. So who might benefit in the aftermath of this attack? Racial, anti-immigrant and religious tensions have been brewing in France and the whole of Europe for a while. In the past few months alone, mosques have been attacked in Sweden, synagogues have been targeted, thousands of Germans have marched against the so-called Islamization of the West. And the attack on Charlie Hebdo allows parties like the Front National to capitalize on this fear.
Il faut bien quand même l'admettre, il a été celui des mouvements politiques qui depuis des années a tiré la sonnette d'alarme sur le développement du fondamentalisme islamiste dans notre pays.
Many of these politicians manipulate what it means to be liberal and secular. It's a war. Them, barbarians of the East, versus us, enlightened in the West. Muslims and other immigrants stand to bear the brunt of the backlash. And there's more. ISIS and other violent groups also have much to gain in moments like this. The shooters in Paris had links to Al-Qaeda in Yemen. As war rages on in the Middle East, these young Europeans go in and out of war zones, often in the flesh, sometimes only in support online, bringing the conflict back home. The Charlie Hebdo attack allows violent groups to gloat, to celebrate and promote their cause. And if there's an Islamophobic backlash against young disenfranchised Muslims, all the better. More potential recruits. Political demagogues and clerics jump on the bandwagon too. Remember the Danish cartoons? A decade ago, a Danish newspaper published satirical images of the Prophet Muhammad. Millions were offended, yes, but leaders, religious and secular, in countries across the Muslim world rallied their citizens, sometimes sanctioning violence. And hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets. Embassies were attacked, burnt to the ground. At least 250 people were killed and hundreds more were injured. Manipulating people to become so angry about a picture and then kill over it is a far more perverse art than any cartoon. Equally skillful is to convince people that the answer is less immigration, fewer Muslims, and fewer rights for the many as punishment for the actions of the few. Less secular democracy because of those who attacked secular democracy. So now what? Questions are asked inside Islam about what it means to be Muslim. People within Europe question what it means to be European. What if you're both? And what do we do when satire crashes into the sacred and leaves behind blood for ink? Who do you think wins and loses in this terrible tragedy?
The attack on the offices of Charlie Hebdo was the biggest affront to Doodles since Anthony Weiner learned to use Snapchat.
Gunmen stormed the office of satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, reportedly opening fire on an editorial meeting and saying the Prophet Muhammad had been avenged.